Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into the ColourPop collaboration with Disney for Lilo and Stitch. It is so freaking cute. I'm excited to dive in. We've got eyeshadow palette, highlighter, cream blush, some lip glosses. We play around, we swatch, we try everything on, we get this look. You guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications, new videos. If you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using the new collection from ColourPop and Disney's Lilo and Stitch, just keep watching. Okay guys, we are diving into the collaboration between ColourPop and Lilo and Stitch. The collection is adorable. We have a couple things here that we're going to play around with. The eyeshadow palette, really pretty. I've had this for a second, but you just have to be in the mood for bright colors, and we'll talk about it, but I haven't been like super bubbly and bright lately. I've been kind of like in my own mood. But today I was like, okay, we're going to dive into it. We're going to play around with it. I'm excited for the bold shades. I mean, there is a tan, but then everything else is very colorful. And I mean, the tan sweet thing, I could use that on a daily basis. We'll see how it swatches, but I feel like that shade in Island Time or even Golden Sand, I could probably use for work. But otherwise, like, these shades are definitely weekend or after work vibes. I do like the artwork on this. You've got a Stitch with all the little like holographic pineapples and stars on here. The packaging is so cute. I like the details, and then even the shade names are on hibiscus, which makes me nostalgic. Yes, Lilo and Stitch takes place in Hawaii, but I grew up in Florida and we had hibiscus there as well because of the tropic climate. So let me go ahead, swatch these. We're gonna see what it's all about. I have a cream blush, highlighter, and some lip glosses. Okay, you guys, the swatches are really pretty. I love the shimmers. Always after my heart with the beautiful shimmer. The mattes didn't swatch as nicely as I would have appreciated. Also, it's been a long time since I've reviewed ColourPop. Back in the day when I first started my channel, it seemed like every week there was a new release, and I was having the hardest time trying to keep up with everything that was being put out. And now it feels like it's a little bit more selective, which I appreciate, and I can be more selective in the things that I'm reviewing. Now, looking at this color story, it is really pretty. I do, like I said, I love the shimmers. The shade Golden Sand, really pretty, kind of has that bronzy gold, then with like the green and purple glitter in it. Island Time is really pretty. It's kind of the like seashell, I say seashell, like a light pink with fragments of gold glitter. The shades Cutest Alien and No Bad Days, really pretty blue and gold, or blue and green shimmers. But my favorite one, I think, is Waves All Day, and that one feels like a pressed glitter. It's a little bit grittier because it's a pressed glitter. It's not as smooth as like a shimmer. The mattes did feel a little bit dry, but consistency is always different depending on the brand and depending on their formulation. But I'm excited to try these. I'm not sure which direction I'm going in. I'm kind of gravitating towards like the periwinkle and bluey purple shades. We'll see. I'm gonna go prep my eyes and then we will dive into whichever direction I choose to go in. Okay, you guys, the first shade I'm gonna go into is Sweet Thing. I was looking at the light blue or periwinkle shade and I was like, that might be too much blue. So I think I'm going to go into Sweet Thing first before I go into some of the brighter shades. I'm just going to put that in the crease in the outer V with my fluffy crease brush. You guys, I said in the beginning that I haven't really been into my bright, colorful, bold shades. I've just been feeling off. And that probably has to do with the fact that Luke is gone and deployed. He can get on my nerves. Let's just be honest. I don't know any person out there that is like, oh, my significant other doesn't bother me at all. There's times where like he gets on my absolute last nerve and I'm like, I shouldn't have to nag you to help me clean the house. Or just stupid things, right? But I miss him. And he left right before my birthday. But he's been doing some super sweet things. He had ordered a couple of things for me and they didn't show up at the same time, and he was like, no, don't wait to open them. Like, just, I want you to know that, like, I miss you. I wish I could be there. So he did give me a couple things for my birthday. And this poor man, he's like, I need to know what you want for your birthday. And I was like, I don't know. I don't need anything. He's like, I know you don't need anything. you buy it when you want it. And I was like, no, like I have a rolling shopping cart in Amazon or Sephora or Ulta. And I'm like, unless it goes on sale, like I'll put those things in there and wait to see if the price drops. Like that's how I budget my spending or whatever. I don't know why I'm still going into this tan shade. I don't need it to like build up super, because it's only a little bit darker than my skin, which would be good for work because then it's not too distracting. But for me, like if I don't need it, if it's not an emergent item and if I don't like the price tag, I will put it in my shopping cart. I'm gonna talk about the next shade first. I'm gonna go into the shade Fluffy. This one I'm gonna pick up on my Fluffy crease brush. We might deepen it up before I add in the blue shade. But I don't know if you know this. If you put something in your shopping cart, it triggers the company. So I'm gonna put this right here in the outer V area. It triggers an alert to the company and they're like, oh, she left it there. Well, then you start getting emails going, hey, you forgot something. And I'm like, all right, that's cute. I know I forgot it. I left it there on purpose. But then my favorite is like a couple hours later or the next day, they're like, hey, if you buy it now, you get 15% off, or like, take advantage of 30% off. Or sometimes you see the price drop when you're on Amazon and I'm like, bingo, I got what I wanted. And I wait to see. Unless it's like dire emergency, I just put it in my shopping cart and I see if the price drops or whatever, because they can see when you add those things to your cart and see like, okay, you want it, but you're thinking about it, but it's not enticing enough. So I do that all the time. And Luke is like, I don't know what to get you for your birthday. And I was like, I don't need anything. And he's like, that's not what I asked you. I'm like, I know. And he's like, can I get like a shopping list or like a birthday list or like a wish list? And I'm like, I don't really have one of those. And he's like, okay, well, send me some of the things that you're like thinking about wanting. And I was like, there's nothing that I'm like, ooh, I want that. Well, I was a liar because there was. I had gone with Jamie to the outlet mall and we had gone into Journeys? Yeah, Journeys. It's been a long time since I've gone into a Journeys, but she was getting some tennis shoes. And she had gotten some of the Adidas Superstars, kind of like what we wore back in like middle and high school. Super cute. I love those shoes. But then I saw the Gazelle, or not brand. It's Adidas brand. It's the style Gazelle. I could not think of the word. Brain fart in progress. That's what that looks like, you guys. I'm just trying to build this up and not go like too out of control with it. So finally I was looking for them online and I couldn't find the color I wanted on Amazon or even on Journeys. I wanted the mauve shade and I'm wearing those today. I have them set aside. I'm planning, this will be the first time I get to wear them since I received them. But they're the mauve shade with the blue white stripes. And also, you guys, we call it Adidas. I didn't know this until I was over in Germany with Emily, and she grew up in Germany because she's also family is military, and she went to school there. And she's like, no, it's Adidas. And I'm like, what? I was like, girl, you're saying it wrong. She's like, no, you're saying it wrong. Because we're Americans and we like to distort how everything is said. So Adidas is Adidas. And what is it? Volkswagen is Volkswagen because W's are V's over there. We're just butchering all of it. BMW is BMV. So I had sent those to him and I had sent him 2 pairs, but one was a mistake. He ended up finding another pair that was cute. It's black with like the white ribbon stripes. I was like, I never would have thought to buy those for me. And I was like, they're cute. I might wear them. So he sent me those. And then he sent me a couple other things. But it was just like, I don't need anything. And honestly, like last year for his birthday, I did a trip. This year for his birthday, we did a trip. So I would love to do that and like get into that tradition. But this year, trip's not really on the list because he's on his own trip with his job. They're doing some things. You guys, I think I'm going to deepen this up a little bit with my compacted smudge brush. I can't really talk about what he's doing. There's ways for me to find out what he's doing, but even knowing doesn't make things better. Sometimes it's better not knowing. And then there's also, we call it operational security. People will ask us all the time, what are you doing? What is he doing? Where is he at? And I honestly cannot tell you, because me telling you where he's heading or what he's doing or what the mission is could jeopardize not just him, but his entire crew. So he's told me, he's like, yeah, you can check to see what's going on. And I'm like, it might be safer to not know. My sanity. I already have an idea with my job what's going on. I don't need to perpetuate any other ideas in my head. All right, we're gonna go into the shade 626. I'm gonna do that on my pencil brush. You guys, I finally cleaned my brushes yesterday. I came upstairs to do my skincare to hang out with Dixon, and I was like, oh, my brushes, I keep putting that off. And yesterday was Friday, today's Saturday, which is when I usually film. But I didn't go anywhere last night. When we finally got done with work, I was like, I don't want to go anywhere. So I hung out with Dixon. I'm gonna just kind of feather it along the lash line and see what we can build. It's gonna deepen it up a little bit to like a deeper purple. But I finally cleaned my brushes last night. It's a good feeling, especially because I keep saying, oh, I need to do this. I've even created a task in my calendar to do it, and I don't do it. It comes up, I said, okay, yep, I know I need to go do that. And then I get distracted with something else. They never get done. Even, I also have a drawer of brushes, and I never grab new ones. I just keep using the same disgusting brushes, and I'm like, oh, I need to do this. So last night I finally cleaned my brushes. Okay, you guys, I like how this is looking right now. That was unnecessary. I don't know if you guys heard that. Someone was driving through the neighborhood, decided to rev their engine. That was unnecessary. Cars don't even sound that good when you do that. Like, it doesn't. And I grew up in the generation of Fast and Furious. Like, don't do that to your car. I like how this is looking, kind of like a tropical sunset if it was purple and pink. Okay, looking at this, I'm kind of like, okay, do I go into Waves All Day by itself, or do I do the blue shimmer? And I think I just answered my question. We're gonna go into the shade Cutest Alien. This one I'm gonna pick up on my middle finger, pop it right here into the center, just to kind of, I keep acting like this has a mirror in it. It doesn't. Just right here, ever so slightly. So you have a little bit of a blue. So like this pink shade's gonna be encased by this blue and this blue shimmer. And I just want it there because I'm gonna put the pressed glitter on top of it, and I want it to like be deepened up a little bit to kind of look more like water. Okay, I like this. Now into the shade Waves All Day. This one I'm gonna pick up on my ring finger. Ooh. Those two together are gonna be gorgeous. So knowing that I don't care if it's on top of the deep blue, I'm just gonna go straight in on the blue. Okay, yeah, that's really pretty. All right, and then I already have my silicone spatula. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit more out of the pan. I'm going to finesse it in this inner corner and start smoothing over my crinkles and just brushing it through on top of that. Ooh, that is very pretty, but I like it. All right, I'm gonna go do this eye, some base products. I'll be back because we have a cream blush I'm excited to try out. Okay, you guys, base products are done for the most part, except we have the cream blush. This is the Instant Crush Cream Blush in the shade Crowd Favorite. This one, I really hope it's one of those that is like pH changing. Trying not to laugh too much because my face is not set and I will have all the creases. Okay, so it does start to change. I'm gonna try. If it doesn't work, we grab something else. This makes me nervous. We're gonna aggressively go into this. It kind of looks purple. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like very glossy. No matter what, I have to do it on the other side though. I might set this and then we're gonna just like go in with a powder on top of it, because this, if it's this color right now, when I go to set it, it's gonna be even lighter. So we gotta even out. And then when I set my skin or set my face, I will probably grab a powder blush to put on top of it. It's just too pale and it is so glossy. If I wasn't an oily skin gal, I'd be like, yep, sure, fine. But I don't even want to put this on like my nose because I'm oily through my nose, you guys. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and set this. I'm gonna do it on screen with you. We're gonna use my Huda Beauty. This is in Cherry Blossom. And grabbed this before because I was like, okay, well, we're gonna use these products. Let's make sure they're locked in. If you guys want to know what other products I'm using, they are usually linked down below in the drop down box. Okay, so that's what that looks like once the powder is on there. That's gonna fade out. All right, let me go powder the rest of my face. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I did go ahead and put another blush on top. Like I said, it will be linked down below. I don't know how I feel about this blush. I'm pretty sure it's not staying in the collection. I'll probably just, because I just did my blush drawer declutter, I'm probably gonna declutter this immediately so it doesn't sit there for a year, because that's when I will declutter again, or maybe the end of this year. We'll see. We'll see how much I accumulate. but this is not staying. I wanted to like it. I wanted to try it. I really did. It's cute. For someone that maybe is a little bit more pale, it would be really pretty. Or someone that's not oily skin, because the way I was greasy, I was just like, ooh, later on. And we're supposed to be outside later because I'm meeting up with Jamie and we're going to a brewery that's doing Ohana Fest, which is also, I was like, ooh, Lilo and Stitch, Ohana. What is it? Ohana means family. And I was like, we're going to go have some fun. So I was just in the mood. We're going to dive back into the eyeshadow palette and finish off the under eye. I don't think I want to do the tan underneath. I think I just want to do the purpley shade. So we're going to dive back into Fluffy. We're going to pick this up on my little tiny compacted smudge brush. Take this the entire length under the eye. And then I will also use my compacted smudge brush to fill it back in like right here, just to make sure that we have that color definition, because I really like how my eyes are looking right now. Like, I did not know that this was the color store I was doing. I did wear a neutral top because I was like, ooh, I don't know which direction I'm going. And the last time, what was it, when I did the waterproof makeup with Sachi Beauty, I wore that like bright orange corally shade, and then everything was kind of like cool tone mauve, and I was like, we're gonna go with neutral, and then I will change my top based off of what I do. And honestly, I'm thinking about it, I was like, I'll probably just wear this anyways, and then maybe some capris and my Adidas Gazelles that Luke got me. And you guys, the reason I miss him and I'm sad, like, it's why I'm kind of like gloomy. Like, I'm not staying home by myself the whole time. Like, I'm still meeting up with friends and doing things. And I started doing Pilates because my friend Erin, like, she's been doing seeing great results, but she's going nonstop. And I was like, I needed to switch up my workout routine because I was doing a lot of strength training. And then I was seeing, like, I'm not stretching as much as I should, and my muscles are paying for it. So I started incorporating that into my routine, and I feel refreshed after I do Pilates. I've been enjoying that. But I have been going and hanging out with my friends and doing stuff. But then there's some nights that I'm just like, I want to stay home, which that's normal. But there's definitely, like, when I was in Chicago, if I was just staying home, I'd be in my beauty room doing my makeup, playing around, talking to you guys on the camera. And I haven't been like, let's go film. And I get into those ruts and I get into those moods. It happens. We're not, like, I've talked about it in the past. I do go to therapy. I didn't go to therapy last week because I was really busy with work and we were doing like late work days. I just couldn't get out of the office. So I had therapy this week, but I noticed, like, when I don't have time to discuss, and like, there's just a lot going on. There's sometimes that I just feel like I'm overwhelmed, especially with trying to like prep my stuff for retirement. Okay, we're gonna go into the next shade. We're gonna go into the shade 626. This will also be on my pencil brush, but there's a lot and overwhelming. There's stuff that I have to do for my retirement that, like, there's part of me that was like, oh, I'm behind. And then now looking at the timeline, I'm like, okay, I'm not behind, but I'm not as done with things as I would like to be. And there's no clear cut, like, this is my way forward, but there's things that I need to finish up because that time is going to approach pretty quickly. And then there's been some things at work that, like, sometimes you like the people you work with, sometimes you don't. And that happens. But at the same time, like, outside of work, I don't necessarily work with, like, the people that I work with, I don't necessarily hang out with. My friend group is very much disconnected from work because I like to keep those separate. There's very few, like, Emily and I worked together and hung out together, but we vibed so well. My friend Christy, we worked together when we were in Germany, but we also, like, hung out outside of work, but her schedule was also very different than mine. So it wasn't every single day, whereas Emily and I was very frequently on the weekend traveling, and then during the week and going and grabbing dinner and, like, grocery shopping together, like, nonstop. My friend group in the States is not the same as it was in Germany. But things change, dynamics are different. Deployments are different than being home as well. Not everyone understands that. We're gonna go into highlighter. So I have a Lilo and Stitch highlighter. This is the Super Shock highlighter in Ohana. Look how cute he is. And then this is the highlighter. This looks like it's going to be very much gold, but then there's also the blue and the purple, so I'm intrigued to see. Ooh, it's kind of cool toned. Icy cool toned. Interesting. I wonder if I just do, so this is if I don't mix in the blue and the purple. So if I want it a little bit more golden, we don't put the blue and purple in there, which is I think what I'm going to do because I don't really want cool tone today. Maybe like fall and winter, but that's not the vibe in this one. So just adjusting back to everything here. But my friends have been very much like, hey, let's get together. Like, I know that you are missing Luke. I know that you've got a lot going on. So even when like, I was talking to Jamie because today I had originally looked at the weather and it was supposed to be like possibly thunderstorms. I was like, look, if it ends up being bad weather, I'm not going. And she's like, no, I get it. I was like, I'll be a bum on the couch, curled up with Dixon. Like, I'll do stuff around the house. Weather's gonna be, it's supposed to be gorgeous. The rain is no longer a thing right now. And it's supposed to be like 77 degrees by the time we go up there because there's live music. And that's why we're going later. Okay. Got my fluffy highlighter brush. I'm just trying to stay like in the gold and not get the blues in there because I don't really want it to be a cool tone look. But this weekend, she just texted me and let me know like the plan for tomorrow. We're supposed to go on one of our friends' boats. So she just let me know. So this weekend, I am not staying home and being a bum. I'm very much going out and hanging out with people. Which this morning I was kind of a bum. I just hung out with Dixon. I say bum, but I still did laundry. I cleaned up the kitchen and unloaded the dishwasher. Like I was still productive, but like I didn't get ready. It's like 3 o'clock right now. Cause I took my time. I hung out with the animals. I did stuff around the house. I did stuff for the channel. Like this is pretty. I don't know that like, it's still kind of cool toned, but it's not as cool toned as it was with the blue and the purple. So I've just been in a different like mood, but it's fine. We're all able to, like, we're all allowed to have those moments. And right now there's a lot of changes that are happening in my life and trying to figure out like the way forward. And I don't have my rock. Like Luke is a chaos rock, honestly. He has ADHD, so he'll be like, hey, can you help me with this? And he'll be in the middle of doing it. And then it's like squirrel and he's distracted. And I was like, hey, I need you to focus. Like, I need you back on like helping me with this. But it's so funny. He's like, he'll send me videos on Insta or TikTok about like ADHD and how you like interact with them. I was like, I know how to interact with you. It's trying to like get you to stay on track. And I'm like trying to get these things done so we can move on to the next thing or like go meet up with friends. Or I'll be like, hey, can you do this? And he'll wait till the last minute. And I'm like, okay, I need you to focus. Like I need you to look at the task at hand and complete it. It is funny though, because sometimes, because he wanted like a coffee rack above, we have like this wooden, oh, it's called a sideboard. So we have that in like the kitchen, like off the kitchen area. And it's got our Nespresso and coffee cups and everything, but he wanted the coffee cups up. And then also my glasses from Winterfest for Glühwein, he wanted those up as well. He had me order it, but then it sat for a week and I was like, can you please put this up? He waited till the day, 3 days? 3 days before he left to finally put it up. And I was like, dude, you give a new definition to procrastination. All right, let me go do brows, liner, mascara. I'll be back because we have some lip glosses. Okay, now all we have left is the lips. I did already go ahead and line them with a like pinky brown nude that I like. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lift Liner. I really enjoy it, but I have 2 lip glosses. So these are in the shape of little popsicles. There's actually 3 different shades, but when I purchased the collection, I knew I was only going to keep a couple things and then some of the stuff was going to go in my giveaway that's going on for my birthday. By the time you see this, it will have finished. But there's also stick eyeshadows. When I go and purchase the items for the collections, if it looks like it is more cost effective to just buy the entire collection, even though there's things in it that I don't want, then I'll buy the entire collection and then put parts of those into the giveaways that I do. I only wanted a couple of things, but by the time I had it all in the cart, it was as much as the whole bundle, which has a little bit of a discount. So one of the little popsicles ended up in the giveaway along with the stick shadows. So there's 2 shades. I have Super Sweet, which is kind of pinky, and then this one is Experiment 626. So we'll go ahead into the pinky shade, which I think is the one that I'm gravitating towards. Yeah, it's kind of got like the cool tone pink, which I like. And then Experiment 626, which is kind of like a fiery corally red. Yeah, I think I'm going towards the pinky shade. Although the red could be interesting on the lips, but I don't know that that's the vibe today. The other shade, so these are the two little... This is like a bright fuchsia pink. It's Super Vibes. It's super cute. It's just, I don't need this shade. I don't know that I need the corally orange either, but I figured we would put it in the giveaway. And then the shadow sticks. There's two of them in here, purple and blue. I didn't really need the shadow sticks either. I haven't been going and getting into my shadow sticks or like even my individual pigments lately. I need to though. I do like this pinky shade with this lip liner. Okay, I like this. But you guys, this is the final look. You're gonna have to let me know like what you think. Are you picking up this collection? Okay guys, final look, final thoughts. I like the collection. I like the eyeshadow palette and the highlighter. Very cute, very adorable. I like the color the highlighter is without the blue and purple. Otherwise it's very cool toned, which maybe in the winter when I'm doing more cool tone looks, that would be the vibe. But today with this fun pop of color for the eyes, I wasn't really feeling the cool toned highlighter that it was turning out to be. And then the color story on this palette, which is so adorable. I love this. I want to play around with these shades before the summer is over and see what it all looks like. I really like how my eyes turned out today. This is a fun pop of color that I haven't done in a while. I haven't been in the mood. We talked about it, we discussed it. I'm really missing Luke right now. I can't wait till he's home, which won't be till like 2026. So I got some time. Definitely have some things planned this year to hang out with some friends, travel around, just keeping myself occupied and not thinking about how much I miss him. But you guys, let me know, are you picking up this collection? Did you pick it up? Have you played around with it? What are your favorite colors? Did you order it and not like it? Or was it just not your thing and you passed on it? Let me know your thoughts, put it in the comments, we'll have that conversation. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications, new videos. And if you like this video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.